Rainbow is good to bread. I would like to say a special welcome to those of you that are joining me today for the first time. I would also like for you to call a friend and tell your friend that it is true. This is the Clara Luper radio show coming to you from KBYE Radio in Oklahoma City at exactly 2:30 p.m. Today I would like to salute the businesses in Oklahoma City, businesses that have advice for those of you during this holiday season. From the Medical Center State Bank, a member of FDIC, comes a special message. To those of you that are senior citizens, we want you to come to Medical Center State Bank. We want you to come and get your identification cards. Now, this is free with your picture. If you will do this, you will be taking a great step for your protection. But citizens, senior citizens, you do take a chance when you go to the bank to cash your checks. Let me tell you what you can do at Medical Center State Bank. You may apply for direct deposit for any payments of your Social Security supplement, and your retirement checks. All you will have to do is to go to Medical Center State Bank and ask them to show you how to apply for a direct deposit. Now, direct deposit simply means that your check will be deposited directly to your account at Medical Center State Bank. I would like to repeat, this is a season that we want to protect our senior citizens. Our senior citizens can be protected. Their checks can be deposited directly into Medical Center State Bank. All you will have to do is to say, I'm going a different way now. I want one that's more convenient. I want one that's safe. Then you're thinking in terms of going to Medical Center State Bank, a member of FDIC. Now, remember, next week you have Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday to go into the bank, ask for your identification cards free. You will have your picture taken, and no one will be able to go in there and cash your checks, and you can send your checks directly to the bank. It is time for us to stop and learn something about our community, and certainly the people at the Shaw Siesta Motel, which is a Western Union agency. Mr. Jack C. Shaw is the manager. And as we look back over the years, it was in October of 1983 when this agent became the top agent for Western Union throughout the United States. And certainly it remains the top because of that hard work of all of the people at the Shaw Siesta Motel here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. So many of you are calling me and say, Clara, we need advice, we need help. And I was surprised when I found out what so many of you are paying to have your prescriptions filled. That's why I'm happy today to tell you that at McPherson's Prescription Shop, senior citizens always get a discount. But more than that, they have delivery services. And I want to repeat that because I want you to know that you don't have to go out in the cold. McPherson will deliver your prescriptions directly to you. Now, he has experience, and you know he has integrity, and he gives outstanding services. Most of all, they will deliver free, and that's on all doctors' prescriptions. Yes, there is a 10% discount for all senior citizens. The store hours are weekdays from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m., from Sundays to 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. McPherson's Prescription Shop is located at Northeast 26 and Martin Luther King here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Thank you so much for your letters thanking me for the fact that I told you about a place in Oklahoma City where you could buy meat at a price you could afford, where you can get bacon for $1.59 a pound, where you can get the family steaks $1.89 a pound, and pork chops $1.49 a pound. And that's at the Cold Butcher Shop, or the Cold Meat Shop at 1100 Northeast 36th Street. And I want you to go in and register for a free turkey. They will be giving away a turkey on Thanksgiving Eve. So many times we do not have an opportunity to meet face to face, and we really don't know what's happening within our own community. We do know that Sir Charles the Taylor is an outstanding young businessman. specializing in tailoring and alterations, located at 6225 Southeast 15th Street in Midwest City, Oklahoma. The telephone number is 733-7600, and he has styles for men and women. When you think of furniture, think of Mathis Brothers Furniture Company, located at 3434 West Reno Street here in Oklahoma City. Now that's Mathis Furniture, 3434 West Reno Street here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. As we salute our businessmen and women today, we would like to salute to Paul Lewis of 2424 North Jordan for his ability to fill out income tax, to take care of book work, to take care of inventories. All you will have to do is to call Paul Lewis at 427-9800. As we think about the exciting things in Oklahoma City, certainly it's time for us to think about businesses, and we would urge you to support the businesses that care enough to advertise directly to you. For example, Mr. Paul A. Haley, owner of the Boardwalk Building Center, your headquarters for hardware, plumbing supplies, electrical supplies, lumber and building materials and housewares, located at Park Estates Shopping Center, northeast to 36 and Kelly here in Oklahoma City. The telephone number is 427-0647. I told you last week that you could pick up roach proof there. If you have one roach in your house, I want you to go to Boardwalk Building Center and buy some roach proof, and those roaches will have to leave. Would you be interested in going into abundant business? Now, I want you to understand that it will be possible for you to go into abundant business. All you will have to do is to call Nash Mitchell's Bunding Company, 427-8199, or go by 2319 North Lottie Street. If you're interested in going into the bunding business, being a part of a growing bunding company, you don't have to have experience. All you need to do is to call Mr. Nash Mitchell. The telephone number is 427-8199 or 427-2862 if you want to go into the bunding business. Watkins Nursing Home, known as the Watkins Stevens Skyview Nursing Home, located at 2200 Coltrane Road, is certainly a place where your parents or your friends or anyone who is not able to take care of themselves will be well taken care of. Those of you from out of town that's looking for a place that's clean for the sake of cleanliness, because they gotta be clean. If you're looking for a 24 hours nursing service, then I would ask you to call Mrs. Betty R. Lynch, the administrator of the Watkins Stevens Skyview Convalescent Nursing Home, and you will be taken care of. Ladies and gentlemen, here's your sports announcer, Shelley.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your favorite sports reporter, Shelley. I would like to tell you the football playoffs. Lawton over Norman, 33-7. Midwest City beat Moore, 17-14. Tulsa, Washington lost to Muskogee, 21-22. Duncan defeated Carl Albert, 19-13. Northeast defeated Tulsa Kelly, 14-7. And Ada lost to Millwood, 14-21. And I would like to congratulate the Douglas boys for their victory in the All-City Basketball Previews by defeating the John Marshall Bears Friday night. And I would also like to congratulate the Star Spencer girls who won the All-City Basketball Previews by defeating Douglas High School. That was brought to you by Merlin Hildred. Merlin sells home insurance, life insurance, and car insurance. You can contact Merlin by calling 751-8435 or 842-5232. Thank you.
Speaking of business, if you want to save money, gasoline, and time, go to Enterprise Square Place. Oh, what a deal. You will be glad you did. 4901 North Martin Luther King Avenue is the place. It's called Enterprise Square Place. It's first class, and you are safe at last at Enterprise Square Place. 4901 North Martin Luther King place. One stop does it all. You can purchase your automobile tags, your truck tags, or your motorcycle tags. You can pay your utility bills, make use of the United States Post Office, and you can get your clothes clean at Sherry's Cleaners. There you can also use the laundromat, and you can do your own laundry, all at 32, all here in Oklahoma City at 4901 North Martin Luther King Avenue. I told you last week that you really need to know your businesses on the northeast side in Oklahoma City. Did you know in Oklahoma City you have two dentists, Dr. Michael McLeod and Dr. Virtue? They are located in the Dow building at 934 Northeast 8th Street. You ask me who was Dr. Michael McLeod? Well, Dr. Michael McLeod is a dentist and an outstanding one. He graduated from McLean High School in Tulsa, Oklahoma, received a bachelor's degree in microbiology from Howard University, where he graduated at the top of his class, has done apprenticeship and work at the Martin Luther King Jr. Hospital in Los Angeles, California, has studied additional dentistry at the Martin Luther King Jr. Hospital in Los Angeles, California, has also extended his work at Oklahoma University's College of Dentistry and at the University of Colorado. And incidentally, today he's a part-time faculty member at Oklahoma University College of Dentistry. He has won all kinds of awards in the dentistry business. He's a member of the Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity, and you will find him at the Greater Cleve CME Church. I would also like to invite you to go down and talk to Dr. McLeod and Dr. Virtue. I will be bringing you additional information on Dr. Virtue on next week now. While you are there at the dentist with Dr. McLeod and Dr. Virtue, I want you to call on Dr. A.L. Dow, your optometrist. It is true that if you're on welfare, Dr. A.L. Dow can take care of you, and let's take advantage of that situation. Taking advantages of situation, have you visited your neighborhood furniture store at 910 Northeast 4th Street? Or are you looking for that special furniture that will complement that special room? Or perhaps you are looking for an unusual and unique accessory to enhance your decor. Then go to the M&J Furniture Company, 910 Northeast 4th Street. They are open Tuesdays through Fridays from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Remember, they are closed on Sundays and Mondays. This is the Thanksgiving holidays, and we pause now to wish each one of you a happy Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving greetings are being extended to you throughout this radio program. Thanksgiving greetings from the Soloway's Auto Supply, from the Roth Funeral Home, McKay Davis Funeral Home. Holiday greetings from Mr. Alonia Threet, your outstanding bondsman. From Todd's Auto, located at 16th and Martin Luther King Drive, Martin Luther King Avenue. That's Jerry Todd's. And when you think of having your automobile taken care of and taking those dents out, think in terms of Jerry Todd. Thanksgiving greetings are extended to you from Temple's Funeral Home here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Mrs. Stales of the Stales Restaurant say thank you for your support. Certainly, you have been a part of Stales Restaurant located at 1100 Northeast 23rd Street. And the entire Stales staff say thank you. And speaking of thank you, it's easy to say thank you when you are grateful. And certainly, Mr. Alonia Threet has been grateful to you that have supported him throughout the years. And you're talking about Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving time, and we would like to pause now to say thank God for the Capital Tire and Automotive Company, a place where you can get your car winterized for $17.95. Yes, it's true. You can get your car winterized at 23rd and Kelly for $17.95. Tires, tires, tires. They will take care of you. They will fix you up. give you free transportation to work. All you have to do is to call 424-0044. Mrs. Lois M. Felder is the president. The shop manager is Mr. Leroy Miller, and the general manager is Mr. Riley Jones. That's all at the Capital Tire Automotive Incorporated. Whatever you need, if you want your oil change, you want lubrication, that's all you will have to do is to go there. Holiday greetings are being extended to you wherever you are today. Holiday greetings, happy Thanksgiving are extended to you on behalf of the Pilot Funeral Home located in Spencer, Oklahoma and Guthrie, Oklahoma. Yes, we would like to say that we were sorry we didn't get to say goodbye to all of our radio fans on another radio station, but I would like for you to do this. I would like for you to let everybody know that the Clara Luper radio show is on KBYE radio at exactly 2:30 p.m. Thanksgiving greetings from the McKay Davis Funeral Home here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. The House of Bingo, located at 3613 North Everett Street. The telephone number is 427-9289. Mr. George Singer, the owner and manager, would like to pause and extend holiday greetings to you and ask you to be sure and visit him here in Oklahoma City. The M&W Welding Company, located at 2601 Northeast 23rd Street, says thank you and have a happy holiday season. Certainly, Thanksgiving is going to be richer for 117 families that were fed today by Mrs. O'Greta Robertson. Mrs. O'Greta Robertson, a dedicated Christian, says that I want to do something for people. I want to share what I have with others. And this morning at the Mount Pleasant Baptist Church in Oklahoma City, she gave out 117 sacks of groceries. Oh, it was a great feeling for her as she watched people come in from all over town in order to share in the blessings that God had given her. She's a very religious woman, and I asked her, how do you feel? And she said, let the glory be unto God. And certainly the glory was unto God after 117 food baskets were given to those that needed it. So many times people ask you a lot of questions, but thank God that there were no questions asked, because you might be up today, but tomorrow you could be down. So certainly you would like to think of that and think how lucky we are to have a Christian in Oklahoma City that cares enough to share with others. Suppose we would all get behind and help somebody that needs help. It's easy to forget, but it's so hard to remember. And today I would like to salute to Mrs. Robertson for remembering. I would like to invite all of you to listen to the Cecil L. Williams show on this station every day at 3 o'clock. Be sure and tell them that you heard it on the Clara Luper radio show. We shall continue the same format that we have used through the years because you, our listening audience, has been pleased. And what else is important besides pleasing those of you that listen? It's time now. You have at least until the 1st to send in your nominees for the Bachelor of the Year. That is unbelievable. And certainly you must be excited. We'll start calling the names of the Bachelors of the Year. You will decide on that because you will vote. And you will decide to go and get you some fish. You need some fish. You need some good old channel catfish. You need some buffalo fish. You can get it right out of the lake. Now, in order to get it, all you have to do is go to 1300 Northeast 68th Street. I would like to repeat, 1300 Northeast 68th Street at the Crawford Fish Market. The telephone number is 478-5890. You may call the Crawfords, and the Crawfords will have that fish ready for you when you get there. And speaking of that, certainly we would like to bring you holiday greetings from Haywood Hill. Haywood Hill. Yes, that means carpet. That means you might have an opportunity to buy a home. Haywood Hill is located in the 1900 block of Northeast 23rd Street, and Haywood is ready to serve you. Holiday greetings are extended to you by Mr. Robert Gates of the Gates Barber Shop, located at 2609 Northeastern. If you want that hair cut just like that winning coach from Northeast had, all you have to do is to go to Gates Barber Shop, 2609 Northeastern, here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. To our audience in radio, Mrs. Letty Ruth Hunter, a member of our team, is with us today, and certainly I would like for her to greet you today, because it is time that Mrs. Hunter, I would like to welcome you to our new radio audience, plus all of our old fans.
I want to say good afternoon to all of the radio audience, and especially each of you that's listening out there, and those who called me on yesterday asking if this is where we are going to be, that you are very, very right. This is the station where we will be from
2:30.
At 2:30, and it's on Saturday. So you will tune in, and I think it's something like 890 on the dial, isn't it, Mrs.
Yes,
Luper?
AM now.
It's AM and not FM, and we appreciate you changing over, and maybe you can have your Sunday afternoons to relax. And you can listen to the Clara Luper Show on Saturday at 2:30 p.m. each Saturday. And back to Clara.
Well, thank you. Letty, before you leave, I know you worked this morning along with some other beautiful ladies, including Miss Ann Slaughter and Mrs. Ford, Mrs. Fowler, and others. How did you feel after having that experience today?
Oh, Mrs. Luper, I was just more than elated. I was surprised at the number of people when she said she's going to give away 100 baskets, and she gave away more than 100 today. I was just more than elated. When she walked in, I just had to hug her and kiss her and said, "May the Lord bless you." And then the home that I carried the baskets to, because I had a number of persons who were not able to come because they did not have a car and they had no transportation. And I carried went to one lady's house, and when I opened the door, I hope the lady is listening so she can hear what I have to say. The lady looked at me, and I had this bag of groceries, and she just said, "Thank God, we're going to have some food." And one of the little girls said to her, "Mother," said, "what is it?" She said, "It doesn't matter what it is. I'm just happy that we're going to have some food today, and thank God that you sent this lady by." And I told her it was the gracious of the church lady who provided it for her, and she was just so grateful to receive such a wonderful, wonderful gift on this pre-Thanksgiving holiday.
You'd be surprised what we are going to do for Christmas, so I want you to tell your friends to stay tuned for the Clara Luper Radio Show. Now, Haywood Hill is located at 1931 Northeast 23rd Street. The telephone number is 427-5411. He's open every day except Sunday, and be sure and call if you need to have any kind of carpeting work done, and certainly those of you that need financial services or help in order to buy your home, be sure and call Haywood Hill. The telephone number is 427-5411, and here's Onita with our funeral and death announcements.
Ralph Funeral Home announces the following services. Services for Mr. Fred Hightower, 2404 Northeast 24th Street, will be this evening, Saturday, at 2:30 in the chapel of the Roth Funeral Home. The announces the service of infant Stephen Lee Reed of Norman, Oklahoma, will be Tuesday at 11 a.m. in the Church of the Living God. Services for Mrs. Elesta Jones of Massachusetts will be Monday at 11 a.m. in Langston, Oklahoma. Funeral service for Mr. Elmer Brown, 2311 North Lottie, is pending with the Roth Funeral Home. McKay Davis announces the services of infant Ebony Height of 7529 Southwest 6th Street is pending with the McKay Davis Funeral Home. We would like to say to the families tonight, I do not know why sorrow comes and burning teardrops fall. I only know God still is God, and he still watches over us all. And back to Clara.
Thank you, Onita. Onita, what is happening at the Wildwood Baptist Church tonight? I understand something big is happening there.
We are having our harvest dinner tonight for the church family and some of their friends from out of town.
I sure would like to be a part of that family. Onita, why didn't you invite me? Well, nothing, Onita. This is the Clara Luper Radio Show. This is KBYE here in Oklahoma City. Thanksgiving greetings are extended to you on behalf of Shady View Nursing Home. Mr. Brown would like to say thanks to you wherever you are because you have supported him through the years. Yes, Mr. A.E. McLaughlin, the owner of Enterprise Square Place. Mr. McLaughlin has been in business for 15 years, and I want you to go by and show that you appreciate his services. You're going to be called upon to vote on a school bond issue, and I want each one of you to decide exactly how you want to vote. Don't let anybody persuade you to do anything that you do not want to do. We have some problems here in Oklahoma City, and they are very serious problems. And certainly you, the voters in Oklahoma City, can change anything that you would like. As you know, throughout the year, Clara Luper, Letty Ruth Hunter, and others have been critical of the school reassignment plan. We've been very critical because we see something forming in Oklahoma City that really looks bad. We see the blacks going to black schools and the whites going to white schools, and this is being reflected in all activities. There are many high schools now that are ready to turn backward. But I do not think that the people in Oklahoma will let the clock turn backward. This week we saw in the state of Georgia, a state that used to be a completely segregated state, we saw farmers stand up for a black farmer and say that we are willing to die in order that this man will not to be foreclosed. But today, all over the world, people are reading about a beautiful young black lady and her husband who stepped in and bought the $101,000 farm in order that this black man can keep the farm. The lady stated that she would charge him $1 a year for the farm, and he could use it as long as he lived. And maybe that is the thing that we need to look at. Those that have must share with those that have not. Because you might be up this Thanksgiving, but it's no telling where you will be the next Thanksgiving. We would like to pause now and say thanks to all of you. And certainly we would like to thank God for the experiences that we have had with you through the years. Through the years we have been together, through the rain, the snow, and through the heat. We have also been together during the great good news that the Lord has come. We have been with you through the Easter with his message. We have been with you as we remember that great president, President Kennedy. And today we remember you. And as the Thanksgiving season comes, each of us will go our separate ways. Many of you will be going home to mothers and fathers, and what a reunion. Oh, I wish that my parents were living. But when my family gather this Thanksgiving Day, the memory of my mother and my father will stand out because they tried so hard, and Thanksgiving was such a joyful day for them. And we shall try to recreate the spirit that they gave to us. My parents were poor in terms of material goods, but in terms of love and understanding, they were very rich. I would like to say a happy Thanksgiving to all of my friends from Grayson and Hoffman, Oklahoma. I would like to say especially hello and happy Thanksgiving, most of all to you, the people in Oklahoma City that have stood by me. It is time to get ready for Miss Black Oklahoma. Those of you that are interested, please contact me, and it's so bizarre time. But the clock on the wall says it's time for Clara Luper to say goodbye. And although we will only be together 30 minutes, we love each other so much. And let me say to you, wherever you are and whatever you do, remember, if I can help someone, then my living has not been in vain. And I do love you, darling. And until next Saturday at 2:30, this is Clara Luper saying, Esther, I love you. Bye-bye.
And this is KBYE, Oklahoma City.
Dick Staub, Executive Director of InterChristo. I know the Lord's been talking to some of you about an important issue, full-time ministry in a Christian organization.
This is the Clara Luper Radio Show, and today's show is being brought to you by Rainbow, and Rainbow is good bread. We would like to salute to the friendly people in Oklahoma City. And as we salute you, we want to tell you how you can save money and gasoline and time at Enterprise Square Place. Oh, what a deal. You will be glad you did. 4901 North Martin Luther King Avenue is a place. It is called Enterprise Square Place. It's first class, and you are safe at last at Enterprise Square Place, 4901 North Martin Luther King Avenue. One stop does it all. Yes, it's true. For 15 years, the Enterprise Square Place has been yours. Let me tell you what you can receive at Enterprise Square Place. You can receive your automobile tags. It's a bona fide tag agency. You can change your titles. You can pay your utility bills as a bona fide United States Post Office, and you can go to my cleaners, Sherry's Cleaners. Also, you can do your laundry because they have a first-class laundromat. Yes, for 15 years, the McLaughlins have been providing special services to you. And when you go there, be sure and tell them you heard it on the Clara Luper radio show. Today, we would like to salute the friendly people at the Watkins Stevens Skyview Convalescent Nursing Home. It's clean, it's modern, it's for the sick and the aged. 24 hours nursing service. Mrs. Betty R. Lynch is administrator, and what a job she is doing. So today we would like to salute the staff at the Watkins Stevens Skyview Convalescent Nursing Home. If you go to that nursing home, and you should before you decide on any other place, you will notice a hot food cart for keeping the food warm. That's all part of the services at the Watkins Stevens Skyview Convalescent Nursing Home. I would like for you to call a friend and be sure and tell your friend that the Clara Luper radio show is on. Today I will tell some stories that I hate to tell because they are so bad. I think I have some of the worst stories that have ever been recorded to tell today. So be sure and call a friend and tell your friend all about it. Today we would like to remind you that the M&J's Furniture is located at 910 Northeast 4th Street. If you are looking for specific furnishings to complement that special room in your home, or perhaps you're looking for an unusual and unique accessory to enhance your decor, your neighborhood furniture store for the finest in-home furnishings and accessories at prices that you can afford. The store hours are on Tuesdays and Fridays from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., from Saturdays 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., and they are closed on Sunday and Mondays. Remember, that's the M&J Furniture Company, 910 Northeast 4th Street. You ask me, what can you do in order to assure the kind of news that you would like? Support the advertisers. The Nash Mitchell's Bonding Company has time and care and can help. 24-hour service. The office number is 427-8199 or 427-2862. Mr. Mitchell is located at 2319 North Lottie Street here in Oklahoma City. He specializes in city bonds and county bonds and others. Now, if you want to go into the bonding business, I want you to listen very carefully. If you want to have your own business and go into the bonding business, all you will have to do is to call 427-8199. Once again, if you want to get in a business where you can be financially independent, get in the bonding business, Mr. Mitchell will help you in that business. Today, I would like to remind you that Miss Black Oklahoma is coming up. This year will be on June 21st. The young ladies will arrive in Oklahoma City on Sunday morning at 9:30 a.m. at the Southgate Inn. Now, that's on June 16th. Now, for the first time, they will be coming in on Sunday, and there will be a homecoming. All former contestants and all winners of Miss Black Oklahoma are invited to come in because this is the 17th year and it's a homecoming for all Miss Black Oklahoma contestants. There will be a homecoming luncheon at 2 o'clock p.m. on June 16th. Now, the young ladies are coming in, and this is the first time they have been in Oklahoma City on a Sunday, and we would like to know, what church do you feel they should worship in during that Sunday? My boss, Mr. Anderson out of Philadelphia, has changed our schedule and has arranged it where we will be in Oklahoma City on Sunday. Now, for the first time in the history, we will be worshiping at a church. And if you would like for the Miss Black Oklahoma contestants to worship at your church, be sure and give me a call here at KBYE. The number is 478-2100. Now, once again, the Miss Black Oklahoma contestants will be worshiping at a church, and we will have to notify Mr. Anderson in Philadelphia what church, and we will have to have that in this week. Rose Orange is one of the first contestants to enroll for 1986, Miss Black, Oklahoma. This is statewide. Miss Norman Jean Edwards from Hugo, Oklahoma. Cynthia Mesa is Miss Black, Elk City, and this is the first time Elk City has participated. We have a lovely young lady, according to Mrs. Wallace from Wewoka, Oklahoma. Miss Gloria D. Nash from Oilsboro, Oklahoma will be participating. This will be the largest participation, but it should be because this year, for the first time, we have $6,688 worth of gifts, scholarships, and awards to give to Miss Black, Oklahoma. And today I would like to announce Mr. George R. Singer, the owner of the House of Bingo, where you can play bingo on Mondays, on Fridays and Saturdays. The House of Bingo is located at 3613 North Everett Street here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. The telephone number is 427-9287. Now, Mr. Singer has announced that he will give a scholarship, a cash scholarship to the winner of Miss Black, Oklahoma this year. All of you know that for the past 8 years, Mr. Singer has been involved with the Miss Black, Oklahoma pageant. He has entertained the young ladies. He has invited his friends from all over the state to come in. But this year, he wants to do more. He wants to give $1,000 cash to Miss Black, Oklahoma, and this will mean that it will be over $6,800 will be given. Congratulations are in order, and certainly we would like to congratulate Millwood High School. And in congratulating Millwood High School, guess who the coach is at Millwood High School? You don't have to guess no more because he's already here, and I would like to congratulate you, Mr. Robinson.
Ms. Luper, we would like to thank you very kindly.
Well, certainly, I want you to tell me about your year. How has it been?
Ms. Luper, we had one of the finest years that Millwood has ever had in football. Of course, last night we ended our season. We won 12 straight ball games, and we lost last night to Bristol.
Why did you lose to Bristol, of all people?
Well, I tell you what, we didn't play very well, and when you don't play very well in the weather conditions that there were, you expect to get beat.
Well, you certainly got beat last night. I'm telling you, you really got beat, and that was certainly news. I would like to know, and I would like to meet your staff and some of your top players.
Ms. Luper, the coaches that we have on our staff are Robert Hubbard, who coaches the offensive, coaches the receivers, Adrian Bradford, who coaches the offense and defensive line, Ron Lowry, who coaches the offense and defensive line, Don Willis, who was the offensive coordinator, and Beryl Franklin, who is the defensive coordinator.
Well, you have a group of fine young men. Who was your quarterback and some of your top players this year?
Well, the quarterback this year was Nathan Robinson. The top players that we had was Bernard Rome, David Hall, Greg Good, Kevin Henderson, Don West, and also Darrell Garden.
Well, I would like to personally congratulate you, and I would like for you now to use your last minute in saying thanks to all of the people in the Millwood School District for the backing that you have gotten this year, and I would like to wish you success for next year.
Well, Ms. Luper, we want to thank the entire Millwood community and the parents that gave the support, the type of leadership that we needed, and the type of endeavor that we've had this year. And I think that that's indicative of the type of program that we have, the type of leadership that we have from our administration along with our parents.
Thank you so very kindly for being my guest today. Congratulations to Millwood High School for going as far as they went, and they like to have gone all of the way. But Haywood Hill Carpets Company has gone all the way. He specializes in sales and installation of carpet, located at 1931 Northeast 23rd Street, open 5 days a week from 9 to 5 p.m. He also has the Red Carpet Haywood Hill Realty Company, guaranteeing financial service on, and he will secure a loan for you in a very short time. So contact Haywood Hill at 1931 Northeast 23rd Street here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. McPherson's Prescription Shop, that's a drugstore, is located on 26 and Martin Luther King Avenue. That's used to be Eastern. Now, if you're talking about needing some prescriptions filled, if you're talking about home delivery, if you're talking about saving some money, and it doesn't make sense for you to waste all your money, be sure and go to McPherson's Prescription Shop, located, once again, on 26 and Martin Luther King Avenue. The telephone number is 427-3092. Yes, McPherson's has it all. And certainly today is certainly a great day in Oklahoma City. The holiday greetings today are extended to you from Soloway's, where you can always buy auto supplies, from Stale's Restaurant, located in the heart of the East Side. Stale's Restaurant, with that good old home-cooked food. Holiday greetings from the Roth Funeral Home, the Temple Funeral Home, and the McKay Davis Funeral Home. Holiday greetings are extended to you from Jerry Todd's, from the Shady View Nursing Home, from Mr. Alonia Threet of the Threet Bundin Company. From all of our friends here at KBYE, we say happy holiday season, and here's your favorite reporter.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Shelley Marie Luper Wilson bringing to you the sports scores of Friday's football playoffs. Midwest City over Ponca City 4-0. Muskogee defeated Lawton 14-7. Broken Bow beat Chickasha 14-7. Duncan lost to Northeast 7-3, and Bristol over Millwood 31-14. This was brought to you by Merlin Hildred. Merlin sells home insurance, life insurance, and car insurance. You can contact Merlin by calling 751-8435 or 842-5232.
McCurson's Prescription Shop specializes in serving you. They have free delivery, and they'll go anywhere. They give to all senior citizens 10% discount. You may call 427-3092, open every day from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. except Sundays. On Sundays, he closes at 9 a.m., at 8 p.m. and opens at 9 a.m. That's on Northeast 26th and North Martin Luther King Avenue. Holiday greetings are extended to you wherever you are, from the Crawford's Fish Market. Crawford's Fish, located at 1300 Northeast 68th Street. The telephone number is 478-5890. Call, and they will have those big old chunk catfish or medium-sized chunk catfish and ready for you when you arrive. They also specialize in buffalo fish. The Cold Meat Market, or the Cold Butcher Company, is located at 1100 Northeast 36th Street. Cold Butcher Company specializes in meat, and if you want to save some money, go to Cold Butcher Company, 1100 Northeast 36th Street. That's where you can go and buy your meat, and certainly he is one of our new businessmen in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. If you need some help with your income tax, if you need some bookkeeping, call Paul Lewis, 2424 North of Jordan here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Have you ever been to the Broadwalk Building Center located at 3730 Spring Lake Drive? If not, I would like for you to go there because you can get all of your building needs. That's the Broadwalk Building Center, 3730 Spring Lake Drive. The telephone number is 427-0647. As we come to you now, we come to you with a story that's really sad, and it makes me sick even to think of it. This program is coming to you today, compliments of the Capital Tire and Automotive Incorporated, specializing in Goodyear tires and service, located at 23rd and Kelly. Mrs. Felder will see to it that your car is winterized, and she has winterized special, $17.95. The Arriva, the Victor, the T-Impo, all yours. You can get it for $17.95. They will check your batteries and everything for you. That's at the Capital Tire and Automotive Company. In Oklahoma City, we've been shocked this week with 2 deaths. One was the death of a 3-year-old baby that, according to the news articles, was strangled by his mother. But what the news reporters did not tell you, and this is what I want each one of you to know, according to the information that we have here at the Clara Luper radio show, is that the mother had just been released from a mental hospital. Never before in the history of this city has the public not known of a mental condition of a mother or a crime that was committed. And I want all of you out in Radio Land to understand that this young lady that's accused of strangling her baby was released only last week from the mental hospital at Central State in Norman, Oklahoma. We were also shocked by the killing of a beautiful young lady, 19 years old. And today I have a sister here with me. And your name, please?
Nina Bivens.
Now, Nina, your sister was killed when?
November the 27th, around about 10 o'clock a.m.
10 a.m. she was killed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now I understand that she was killed by her boyfriend.
Yes.
Okay, now, did her boyfriend have a restraining order?
Yes.
And in spite of that, he went on that property, right?
Yes.
Tell me exactly what happened after the killing.
After the killing, about 6 hours later, Housing authorities came and told us we had 3 hours to get all her belongings out of the house. And they turned off the gas, the water, and changed the locks.
Okay, now you're telling me that 6 hours after Freddie was killed, the housing, that your sister's name what?
Frida.
Frida, I call her Frida. Frida was killed. The housing authority came in and told you, your family, that they had to move out of that house. They had to move all of her things out of the house.
Yes, ma'am.
They gave you how long to get ready to move?
3 hours.
3 hours. Okay, now, how could they tell you wanted to be out at 3 hours? How could they tell? Were they there?
No, ma'am.
Well, did you all get out in 3 hours?
We tried.
You tried to get out. Were there any police officers there waiting for you?
Security guards.
The security guards from the housing authority were there,
Yes, ma'am.
standing over you and seeing to it that you got out of that house.
Yes, ma'am.
Did they have any consideration for the fact that you had just, that Wanda had just lost her daughter?
No, ma'am.
Were they concerned about the fact that the family had to make some arrangements?
Not at all.
Were they concerned that the family had anywhere to place the furniture of this young lady that had just gotten killed?
No, and they didn't care anything about her kids.
What about her kids? She has how many kids?
2.
2 kids, and what are the ages of those kids?
1 and 2.
1 and 2, and nobody said who's going to take care of them or anything in that way.
No.
Is this the United States Housing Authority?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this the United States government that like to have a fit because a Russian was placed back on a ship?
Yes, ma'am.
This is the United States government. This is a housing authority that did not have any concern with the children. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Did not have any concern with the grief that surrounds any death, but they just say to you in cold turkey, get out of this house in 3 hours.
Yes.
Now, they had the gas cut off, right?
Yes.
And the gas bill was already paid, right?
Yes.
They had everything cut off. All right, now, the fact that your sister's dead, and the fact is that you have certainly faced a new kind of discrimination. I would like to express the sympathy of those of us that are here, and we want to tell you that this story has not ended, because we will get with the housing authority and some other people on Monday.
And the police officers.
Okay, and what did the police officers do?
She had a restraining order against him, and they said that they couldn't do nothing about it. He
So-
had broke in her house, broke the back door window, and they said that they couldn't go and look for him.
Okay, so she had already warned the police about what was coming up, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so very kindly for being my guest today. This is a Clara Luper radio show, and this portion of our show is brought to you by On Hans, refrigerator and air conditioning, heating and appliance services, and electric and plumbing services. 24-hour services. All you have to do is call Harold Green and Perry Blackburn. The telephone number is 843-1159. This portion of our program is brought to you by Mathis Brothers Furniture Company, located at 3434 West Reno Street here in Oklahoma City. If it's some furniture that you need, I don't care what style, and certainly you will be surprised at all of the values at the furniture company here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. I had the opportunity to talk to my favorite optometrist, Dr. A.L. Dow, and while I was there, we were talking about the dentist that's also located in the office, Dr. Virtue and Dr. McLeod. They have services that are available, and in Oklahoma City, when you come to Oklahoma City, I want you to visit the clinic, and certainly one thing that impressed me about these dentists was the fact that they would talk to you about the problems that cause your problems in your mouth, and that's really something to talk about. Well, speaking of something to talk about, remember Sir Charles Taylor, located at 6225 Southeast 15th Street. The telephone number is 733-7600. Never before in my life have I read of any article that hurt a city, but it's the truth, until I read the Virginia Pilot and the Ledger Star. This is a paper that's put out in Norfolk, Virginia, that extends all over the state of Virginia. Now, on the front page, they have a picture of a third grader, Kenethia Towans, at Garden Oaks Elementary School, and a third grader, Kara Cooper, who attends Oklahoma City's Buchanan Elementary School. Marjorie Mayfield has written about 4 pages, newspaper pages, in the Virginia Pilot. Now, I would like to tell you that this article in here should be read by everybody in Oklahoma City and the state of Oklahoma, because it shows that Oklahoma Cityans are backward in comparison with other people. Let me read directly. It says, national desegregation scholars say they know of no other school district that has adopted a neighborhood school after being ruled unitary or desegregated. In Norfolk, Virginia, they spent 2 years listening to consultants and commissioning outside reports before approving neighborhood schools. Even then, the vote was 5-2 with the blacks on the board opposing the change. But Oklahoma City conducted no studies and hired no experts. The only research was by a committee of 3 board members meeting privately between July and November 1984. Now, the president of the board stated that when you are on the board for 5 years, you know exactly what the people want. Most of her friends, she said, send their children to private schools. Now, one article that I want you to notice here, an article in which one principal in Oklahoma City was called a no-nonsense principal, in which this principal was trying to show that the plan was both good and bad. At an elementary school, namely the Martin Luther King Elementary School here in Oklahoma City, and I would like to call your attention to the fact that the news reporter says that the floors were messed up, were gritty, paint was falling off the wall, and the principal stated that this is good, and I think it's a great change. A white teacher stated that she had better supplies last year when she taught in a more integrated schools. In the meantime, Russell Perry stated that he had seen the churches when the black community decay because of the fact when churches and schools have been taken away. Mr. Gorey James states that he is glad to see this system turn to an all-black school. Mr. Lance D. Cudjoe talked 2 ways. First, he said that it was great for the black kids to be in an all-black school, but I would like to read, although Cudjoe believes that some black students are in fact learning more easily, I would certainly want my own children to go to an integrated school, he said. It was also stated that it really looks funny when you look across and see a multitude of both black kids in all black schools and white schools. But the pioneer educator, Mrs. Letty Ruth Hunter, said that it would be better. We will see how it will work out. We know the first year it might be sugar and cream, but just wait until next year. They stated that the PTAs had increased, but I wonder where. Who is the president of the Garden Oaks PTA? You mean to tell me, and I have sent for 20 copies of this newspaper. There's a picture of Letty Ruth Hunter in this paper that I want you to see. Yes. It is a worst article about a city, and it makes the Oklahoma City people look so backward to be crying out, saying this is the only one. A small school where last year at an elementary school, Parker's Elementary, they got extra things through candy sales. Last year in integration, they had raised $3,000 in candy sales, and according to the principal, they had only raised $700. Mrs. Hunter, you've seen the article. What do you think?
I read the article, and it's really unbelievable. I was happy to talk with the news reporter that was here, not knowing that we were going to cover so many pages in the Norfolk paper. But it's a tremendous thing, and some of the statements that I see in here is really regrettable. I hate that this kind of paper was published about Oklahoma.
It's the truth. There's nothing on that that's not true. They stated everything that we had proposed to this city, and I think the people in Oklahoma City ought to look at this, and we're talking about voting a bond issue to improve condition, but they ought to read this paper.
But she's telling the truth about our money activities. I really do not feel that we would have to go sell candy sales and things like this to finance our schools here in Oklahoma City when we have bond issues where we said we're going to do this for the school and the other things for the school. And then we have our taxes that help to support the schools. I don't see why. And I do want everybody in Oklahoma City to get one of these papers. Instead of sending for 23, you say, you should have sent for 2,300. So all of the people can read this article about Oklahoma City.
In the Virginia paper, I read that the big dinner that was held for Harvey P. Everett's $100 plate will go to the public schools. Well, those of you in Oklahoma City, I would like to say holiday greetings from you from Shaw's Siesta Motel, located in the 1900 block on Northeast 23rd Street, where you can pick up your money orders, your Western Union, or what have you. You can send that message all over the country. Here's Onita with our funeral and death announcements.
Ralph Funeral Home announces the following services. Services from Mrs. Odessa Maybank of 2618 Southwest 3rd Street is pending with Ralph Funeral Home. Funeral service from Mrs. Thelma Penny of 1720 Northeast 10th 10th Street is also pending with the Royal Funeral Home. Temple Funeral Home announces the services of Miss Frida Washington of 3600 South Meta Avenue will be Tuesday at 11 a.m. in the chapel of the Temple Funeral Home. Funeral service from Mrs. Alvita Martin of 1439 Northeast 25th Street will be Wednesday at 2 p.m. at the Christian Light Missionary Baptist Church. Services from Mr. Tessie Smith of 1604 Northeast 10th Street will be Friday at 11 a.m. in the chapel of the Temple Funeral Home. Funeral service from Mr. Elijah Atkins of Oklahoma City is pending with the Temple Funeral Home. McKay announces the service of Mrs. Mary Lou Whitby of Oklahoma City will be Wednesday at 11 a.m. at the Avery Chapel CME Church. Back to Clara.
Thank you, Onita. This portion of our program was brought to you by Paul Lewis at 2424 North at Jordan, who's ready to fix your taxes, your books, your work, and so on. Well, today I want you, those of you that would like to read this paper, you may call me at 424-3949. Those of you that would like to participate in Miss Black Oklahoma City, please call us. For the first time in the history of this state, Central State University will have a Miss Black Oklahoma pageant. Next week we will give you the dates of all of the pageants. In the meantime, if you know any contestants or anyone, please let us know. There will be a big wedding in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. This wedding will be out of sight because this evening, Representative Cox, your representative, will take on a wife, and they tell me that's going to be the wedding of weddings. It will take place at St. John at 6:30 p.m., and don't you go unless you have an invitation. Those of you that would like to purchase Clara Luper's book, all you will have to do is to call my dear husband, CP. The telephone number is 424-3949 here in Oklahoma City. Remember to get your meat at Cole Meat Company, 1100 Northeast 36th Street here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. It's really interesting to visit with you every day, but I want you to know that Calvin Luper will be visiting with you at 1 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Cecil Williams at 3 p.m. Monday through Friday. Be sure and listen to those young people. In the meantime, the telephone calls continue to come in for invitations of the church that you would like, if you would like to invite the Miss Black Oklahoma contestants to worship with you, be sure and contact me at 424-3949 or call us out here at 478-2100. As I look at the clock on the wall, I know it's time for me to say goodbye. I really hate to say goodbye to you because I love you so much, but I got to say goodbye, darling, and I do love you. Bye-bye.